There you are. Hi, Ron.
There, I got it. I didn't click the OK.
You got really close, Ron.
Hi, Karen. What's
How
that?
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
So, you guys all staying healthy?
So far, how about you guys?
So far, so good.
Good.
So far, so good. So,
Paper had how many we have in Hancock County, but I can't remember what it said.
thank you. You got what?
The paper had how many people in Hancock County have been diagnosed with it so far, but I forget what the number
Yesterday was 9. I haven't seen the paper today.
was. Might still be the same.
It might be 12, but I don't remember for sure. Ron, you want to set your phone to do not disturb, just in case someone calls you?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. It's on.
Thank you.
Thank you for reminding me.
It looks like you guys are doing a great job with what we have to work with and everything.
The staff has really been incredible. They just keep coming up with new ideas. Apparently today there was something on Facebook that was Reader's Advisory live for 2 hours. I didn't get a chance to tune in and see what they were doing.
Oh, good.
New ideas every day, it seems.
That's wonderful. Stretch the imagination a little bit.
Definitely.
Courtney, Sarah, how are you getting to work these days with the bridge closed?
It varies depending if I need to go any other directions on my way in, but all of them feel really long.
Is County Road 9 one of the easiest ways? I'm just thinking if I go to Springfield anytime in the next 4 months to see Dad, there's no great way.
Today I did County Road 9, and that one felt pretty clear and straightforward.
Good. All right, I had the county map out the other day and trying to figure out, okay, if I need to go down there.
Yeah, that's the one silver lining to all of this is that I'm working from home most days, so I don't have to deal with the road.
Right. Exactly.
I would gladly rather deal with road construction.
Now remind me, you have kids?
I have a daughter who's 13.
That's what I thought you had.
Yeah.
So how's she doing?
She is doing an amazing job with all of this.
Good.
I'm sure there's days where she's a little frustrated with me because I can't help her as much as she'd like, and she's got to just put things aside until the evening. But
yeah,
she's done a really good job of setting up a schedule for herself and just staying on top of things.
That's awesome.
I'm very lucky.
Awesome. Michelle's quarantined here with us, and she's decided she's been here a little too much in the last 4 months.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, remind me what she does.
She's in grad school.
Okay.
So she's finishing her last semester at University of Cincinnati and will not be having a graduation ceremony and, is trying to apply for jobs and all that kind of fun stuff. So, and they're planning to move to Atlanta. Her fiance already has a job in Atlanta and has an apartment. But he came home. He's from Fort Jennings, and he came home because the apartment doesn't yet have internet access.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So I see we have JJ.
Yeah.
And I believe that's Ann, Roger's wife.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Ann.
Hi. Okay. I'll move and Roger can sit here. This
All
is
right.
our first Zoom experience.
Well, thank you for providing tech support.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Roger.
I now refer to my wife as Alexa. So how's everybody?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good. Everybody healthy in your family?
So far, yes. You guys?
Us too.
Good.
How's the volume? Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you sound great.
Okay, thank you. Good. Well, this is quite an experience. I'm sure for you all, it's just routine. For me, I'm not sure what it is.
Well, in your years on the board, you've certainly seen a large number of things, and who would have thought that a meeting from your dining room or wherever you are would have been one of them, huh?
Dining room is right. That is correct. So good. Well, I got the board packet. Looks like everybody is really doing a great job.
And Courtney has shared with us in the group chat that the live stream has started, just so you know. So this is being live streamed on the library's website under the admin tab. There's a link there.
Okay. That certainly kills the conversation.
It does. Well, now board members are people just like everyone else, right?
Exactly. And we try to relate and think, you know, what's good for the community too.
Right. Hi, Heather.
Hello,
Nice
how are
to
you?
actually see you.
I can see you.
And I see we've got Jim now too.
I see Jim.
Here we go.
Hello.
Calling in. Hello.
Hi, it's Rosemary.
Hi, Rosemary. We are just waiting for the last folks to join us here. Jim, we did hear that Julie might not be able to join.
Okie dokie. Have you heard from everybody else?
We have Karen and JJ and Roger and Rosemary and you and Jim all on the line now.
JJ's not? Oh, there he
JJ's
is.
on. Yeah, I have not heard from Jerry.
All right.
Then we also have Courtney on with us providing our tech support, and Heather is on so she can take minutes for us.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna bug out and let my dog in for half a second.
Rosemary, I've just had one of my managers just let me know your phone number shows up on the screen whenever you talk.
Okay.
So it just, you are, just FYI, I guess. This is being live streamed, so.
Okay, that's fine.
We make this a little bit more realistic.
So, You're one of the few that has those things.
Mm. They're very hot to walk around in.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they are.
Let me guess, you're wearing a mask.
I was.
I just saw or heard that I think it was Laredo, Texas is fining anybody $1,000 who's outside without one.
Hi.
Wow.
Jim, I have not heard anything from Jerry one way or the other, so I don't know if he's able to join us or not, but we do know that Julie is likely not able to join us.
All right, well, why don't we get started? Because I have 401. Is that good with everybody?
That's fine with me.
It's fine with me too.
All right.
Yeah, as long as we have quorum.
Yeah, I think we have enough people.
Yes, we have 5 board members.
All righty, here we go, 402. Let's call this thing to order. First on the agenda would be extending the closure. I think this is is this a first ever in the 130-year history of the library? How many years are we at?
We just celebrated, oh, Heather, jump in here.
130.
Thank you.
Yeah.
130 years. We are all making history here.
Wow.
All right, so consider extending the closure of the physical library buildings under the recommendation of the governor.
I'll make that motion.
Do we have any discussion?
I would just like to share, previously we put an end date on this, and I don't have an end date on our closure at this point. In conversation with Kareem at Hancock Public Health, and just from the other guidance we're hearing daily from Dr. Amy Acton and the governor, it seems likely that just the lifting of the stay-at-home order will not be enough to say we're ready to resume full library service with patrons in our building. So that's why this is a little bit more open-ended until we get the appropriate guidance on actually opening the building to the public.
I think it's good to leave it open-ended.
All righty, so what?
Did you get a second?
All right, what
You
kind
need
of
a
motion do you
second?
think then we have? Just leave it ended? What kind of verbiage would you like, Sarah?
The agenda says consider extending the closure of the physical library buildings to the public until orders and recommendations from the state leadership and Hancock Public Health indicate it is safe to reopen.
Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion. Karen.
And I'll second.
Heather, I'll go ahead and do roll for you.
Okay.
Mrs. Flanagan,
Yes.
Mr. Preston. He gave us a thumbs up. He's muted. Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Dr. Dara,
Yes.
and Mrs. Rooker.
Yes.
Thank you.
All righty, moving on. Consider the exploration of drive-through service.
So I had emailed Kareem, again at Hancock Public Health. The management team has come up with, I'm going to call it the first draft of our plan on how we could offer drive-through service for our patrons. And Kareem feels like this would be a great way to start our services back up again. He emphasized after the stay-at-home order has been lifted. So we think we can do a drive-through in our parking garage where patrons could return materials in a bin and then pick up new library materials that they have called ahead to have pulled and checked out for them. We're still tweaking the plan here, but I think we can offer it at least 2, maybe 3 days a week. We're a little constricted by the length of time that we'll have to have things in quarantine and the space that we have available to do that. And also the fact that we'll need to be working with small set teams of staff once we're able to do this service.
Is there any thought that there could be a traffic issue with the streets and so forth?
It's one of the things that I'm weighing in my mind right now. I don't know what our possibilities might be to route our line maybe through NCPA's parking lot. I really just haven't driven that way yet. And it's one of the things that we'll be looking at as we
Okay,
firm up our plans.
good.
Do we want to state in this motion that this would be after the stay-at-home is lifted? Because, I mean, I think it's great to develop the plan, but I think after people are out and about, you're not going to know what your traffic flow is going to be or what's available, or I think we just need to be very specific that this wouldn't happen until after the stay-at-home order is lifted.
A Hancock Public Health won't allow us to do it, I don't think, while the stay-at-home order is in place. And quite frankly, I don't think it'd be a good idea for our staff or patrons to offer it any sooner than that.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I honestly, I don't know if we really even need a vote or motions on this. It really could be just a matter of informing you of the plan that we're working on.
I think it's good to have a plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think anything, that's going to change 100 times between then and the day of implementation, and then 100 more times tweaking it once we're up and running.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good that we're working on this and that we're trying to think over the horizon and that we're engaged.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yep, I hope it works. I hope we get a chance to try it out.
Me too.
All right, so we don't really need a motion. That's just on the horizon. All right, moving on. Consider continuing to pay the library staff for the regularly scheduled hours during the closure. Well, we're going to need a hard date on this one to May 1st.
So at this time, we don't really have firm information on the impact this is all going to have on the PLF. We'll have a better idea after our April distribution that information will be posted in the next few days, but that's only going to be a partial picture because that's based on March numbers. We'll know more budgetary impact early May, both from the distributions and also from some forecasting information that OLC is working on. But at this time, with the March financials that I shared with you, you can see that we're in a healthy place at this point.
Ron, do you have anything to add?
No, she said we're certainly okay for now. Just see how much the PLF gets cut. We won't know that till May, because the March revenues probably aren't going to be down that much, and the April check will be based on that. Now the May check will be based on April. I would expect the April tax revenues to be down quite a little bit.
I would also like to share that a significant number of our staff, at least 25 out of the 72 that were on the March 31st payroll, are working on significant projects for us at home. We've offered virtual makerspace, virtual story time. We're offering virtual and chat reference services. Today, there was some sort of Facebook Live event doing readers advisory. They're also developing marketing materials, providing tech support. Thank you, Courtney. Ordering digital materials, even completing their OLC committee work that is to the benefit of librarians across the state. The department report I included illustrates some of the items that our staff have been working on. Additionally, all of our staff have continuing education assignments now from me and from their managers. And we'll continue to provide more of those. And we're going to be getting some virtual committee work going starting this next week. For example, summer read is probably going to look a lot different this year than it has in the past. And so our summer read committee needs to start planning that, both just from the point that it's early April now, but also because they need to rethink how they're going to offer summer read. So there's a number of items in the works for our staff at the moment.
Good enough to keep them busy for the rest of the month.
Yep.
JJ, have you heard anything in any of your meetings from Alliance or Community Development?
As far as
Economic impact, you know, revenue, tax, stuff like that?
yeah, I mean, from a percentage of the income tax, it's at a quarter of what it traditionally is. Where that number's coming from, other would just be from Alyssa's perspective of the bed tax, not the income tax. I apologize that I misstated that. With the hotel stays, obviously down. So that affects Marathon Center and the ag, and then all of the programming grants for a lot of the other nonprofits. I would guess, Sarah, that affects our dollars for community read that we spent, but from what I can tell, everything that has been committed and what has been spent will be covered, and they'll figure out, depending on how long this lasts, how they'll make that up next year. So, so all good from that perspective so far. But yeah, from Miley's standpoint, it really hasn't been as impacted as I thought that it might be, if you consider part-time workers representing about 50% of the workforce. I think the income tax is only down 10% from their estimate. Obviously, it's still early in that, and as we just said, you probably won't see it till May, what the actual number is going forward.
Okay. All righty. Is there any other discussion? Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to pay the library staff for the regularly scheduled hours during the closure through May 1st.
I'll second that.
Mrs. Flanagan,
Yes.
Mr. Preston,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Dr. Dara,
Yes.
Mrs. Rooker.
Yes.
All righty, moving on. Consider canceling our regular scheduled April 14th meeting.
I just don't know that I'll have anything significantly new for you in 11 days.
I mean, and especially if we're considering meeting again on the 1st, you know, that it would make sense.
And if there's anything that needs to be talked about between then and now, we can have a meeting like this in pretty short order. I think we just need to give 24 hours notice.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry just signed on.
Doesn't look like Jerry. Jerry's phone. There's Jerry. All right, do we have a motion?
First.
Second.
I'm sorry, who was the second?
Karen.
Karen, thank you. Jim, I don't think that we need a roll call for that one.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
All righty then, so let us then consider another meeting in this form on Friday, May the 1st at roughly 4 o'clock again. Does that work for everybody?
It should.
Yes.
All righty. And then if there's anything else that's going on that we need to discuss, then we can, we'll just send out a notice and see what's good for people within a 24 to 48 hour period. I mean, this is pretty decent that we can meet either on laptop or on phone. So we have a lot of agility.
Yeah.
All righty. Anything else? Anybody needs to talk about?
Doing a great job, sir.
We have an amazing team here. They keep coming up with new ideas.
I feel bad for Jerry. He's gonna get on, and then we're just gonna leave. So
I had $20 that he wouldn't make it. So
well, he's still not officially in. We haven't recognized him yet either. So let's end it until you got your $20.
you
All righty, are we good?
Hey, Sarah,
Yes.
can I just say, Sarah, and would you please let your staff know they're doing a great job. I see all their posts and everything on Facebook, all the different activities that they're involved in, really keeping the library's name out there. So, and providing lots of services. So thank you.
I will pass that on. Thank you.
And remind people to send in their mail-in ballots.
Yes. Do we need to make a motion for the new meeting, May 1 meeting?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I
Because
think
we're gonna
Jim
give-
can just call it as president. So
Okay.
Yeah,
we're okay there.
yeah. And as long as we give notice.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you all. Everybody stay healthy, safe, social distancing.
Do we have you need a motion to adjourn, I think, Jim.
Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Jerry? Anybody?
So move.
Here.
Second.
again. Bye.
I missed the
Hey,
second.
everyone.
I'm sorry. Who was the second?
JJ seconded.
JJ. Okay, thank you.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
All right. I gotta go, guys. See
All
ya.
right.
Thanks.
Everybody have a good
Bye.
day.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
It's JJ. How are you? Great.
Everybody stay well.
You too.
Okay, so, well, I think we're out. Oh, well,
And there in the bottom right corner, it might say leave meeting, and you're gonna want to hit that. button.
yeah. Well,
Hello.
sadly, it doesn't say that.
Can you hear Jerry?
Hi, Jerry.
Oh,
We've
look,
just
there's
wrapped up
Jerry.
the
Yes,
meeting.
Jerry.
Well,
Let's say that I'm not technically great.
I appreciate the effort.